Hello everybody, welcome to yet another video from myself. It's me, Nosy, and this is a response and a little discussion, a little bit of fun as we are very close to Christmas. We are mere few days away until the big man with the white bushy beard, red suit, comes down the chimney and gives us our presents. So this is just a little video segment that is responding to the peeps over at the TFYTC Facebook page. John, aka Borders Dude, he did a video announcement on there asking people to do, if they're a YouTuber, to do a video or what have you, using the hashtag Talktime, I believe it is. I will have it on the screen so that you know what I'm talking about. So you have to follow that hashtag so that they can find it, and they're going to be making a playlist of videos from people that have participated. So yeah. So I can't quite remember all the toys that I got when I was a kid. It doesn't have to be Transformers related either. So my primary story that I'm going to share with you isn't going to be Transformers related. It's going to obviously going to be toy related. So it's like, hello cat. So yeah, it's going to be toy related because that's the whole idea of this video. Is to do a video talking about childhood memories of, like, you know, you opening your presents and what toys you got when you was a kid. So that's basically the gist of this. And I can remember a few stories. I remember one year where I got a push bike and I didn't actually know that I was getting one. I wanted a push bike, even though it's not a toy, but it kind of is a toy because you do play with it. You go out for a ride on it. I don't know, but anyway, you get the point. So this is just one memory. I remember getting a push bike, a dual suspension one, a proper deal one, really good one. And I come downstairs, and all the presents were under the tree. I'm sat down, just opening all my presents. My mum, my dad were both in on this, and they wouldn't. They kind of made me feel as if I knew I had a good positive idea I was getting a push bike, but when I come downstairs that morning, my mum was very thingy. She wouldn't she kind of was blocking the kitchen door, and kind of wouldn't let me go into the kitchen. She just said, "I'm just getting prepped in here. You stay out the way because getting Christmas dinner sorted. Why don't you just sit down and open your presents?" So that's what I did. And part of my mind's like, I'm pretty damn sure I was supposed to get a push bike. I don't see a massive big push bike parcel here. And so yeah, I'm having my own business. Then all of a sudden, my dad comes downstairs and wheels in a dual suspension push bike that was in the kitchen that they'd cleverly disguised and hidden away. And I was overjoyed. But that's one little story. But let's get to toys, because that's the whole point of this, is a toy story, basically. And the pun is 100% there, because this is Toy Story related. This is Toy Story toys related. The movie, Disney Pixar, Toy Story. Now, when I was a kid, when that film came out, it was my second ever film I went to see at the cinema with my mum. The first of which was The Lion King, the classic Lion King. Hello. The classic Lion King from back in the 90s. That was the first film I ever went to see. And Disney Pixar's Toy Story was the second I ever went to see. And I hold both of those films in very, very high regards. They are my favourite in animation history for me personally. And so I remember there's like the story where I actually received for Christmas of the year of Toy Story coming out, Woody and Buzz Lightyear and Woody. I received both of those guys for Christmas, and the story goes of the epic journey of, this is before the internet, this is before Google, this is before YouTube, this is far before even we got fibre optic broadband. All we had back then was probably just the basics of dial-up connection. Yeah, so basically, when the run up to this Christmas, my mum and my dad, and also my grandma was in on this. Actually, it was more or less my mum and my grandma. They went on like an epic adventure around where I live in Hull, and some point they actually went all the way to Sheffield at one point to Meadowhall to try and track down Woody and Buzz because the demand was just incredible for both of them, which is no surprise because it came out when that movie had just come out in the UK, and these were the toys of that year for little kids at that time. And so basically, my mum and my grandma were running around. They went to all the shops, Toys R Us, and everywhere that they could think of, and they were running. They managed to find a Woody, but it was the Buzz that was so freaking hard and so hard to find. And long behold, somehow, I can't quite remember how they managed it, they did manage to find both Woody and Buzz. And that Christmas was the most magical, and I've always remembered it. Coming downstairs, my mum used to do these massive big Christmas sacks, and my presents were sky high from family, from my parents, from my family, like grandparents and my aunties and my uncles and so on, the cousins. I was just inundated every Christmas with presents. It was the most magical thing, hence why Christmas is supposed to be magical. Unfortunately, 2020 isn't the case now, but anyway. But yeah, it was just, I come downstairs, opened all my presents, could not believe for the life of me that they managed to get me Woody and Buzz together. And I remember my mum telling me the story of how much of a journey and how much of a thing it was to try and get those two. And I've had those. I kept my original Woody and Buzz. I actually have given them all away now. I've given my Woody and Buzz, and obviously people are going to be shouting at the camera, saying, "No, they were the originals. They're probably worth money." They wouldn't be worth money because they wasn't in boxes. And to be honest with you, I gave them away to my little cousin. My little cousin has my Woody and Buzz that I had when I was 8 or 9 years old. I think I just turned 9 actually. Yeah, I just turned 9 years old when Toy Story came out, because I went to see it for my birthday. I think my mum took me to see it for my birthday because I used to go to cinema. My mum used to take me, and I didn't go very often. I went as a treat. Say, like if I did well on a test, or if I did well in something, or birthdays or whatever, my mum would treat me and we'd go and see a film. Because my mum loved the Pixar movies. She loved the classic Disney animations. She loved DreamWorks films. She loved all of them, Pixar, all of them. She was a massive fan, just like I was a fan when I was starting to really get into films. And Toy Story was incredible. The story of how my mum and my grandma managed to pick up Woody and Buzz for me that Christmas morning, it was magical. Me opening them, playing with them, it was fantastic. So that's my Toy Story. The pun massively isn't intended with there. Because yeah, it's just, I don't know what more I can really talk about. I can't really remember off the top of my head any Transformers related stuff. I actually can't remember opening any Transformers over Christmas because it was a bit later on where I first discovered Transformers. Because Beast Wars was my very first look into the Transformers, and Beast Wars wasn't out until... Actually, no, Beast Wars would have been out around about the same time as Toy Story, wouldn't it? Because it aired, I think, in 97, 90... I think it aired here in 98, the same year. So I would have been 9 or 10 years old when the UK was airing Beast Wars, but I can't remember getting anything Beast Wars related. I do remember having Beast Wars toys. I had Jetstorm from Beast Machines. I had Transmetal Rat Trap. I had a few little figures. I had some G.I. Joes, really cheap ones actually, that had like elastic bands inside them that snapped real easy. Uh, yeah. But yeah, so that's the main story, was me getting Woody and Buzz for Christmas when I was about 9 years old. Um, and it was magical, it was fantastic. And it's a great memory to have, because obviously both my grandparents have now passed away, and my mum passed away 3 years ago now. And it is a nice little story, and it's something that bonded me and my mum together, was going to see these films, Pixar films, DreamWorks and Disney and so on, because she really enjoyed them as well. And so yeah, that's that. So thank you very much for watching. Please, if you want to participate, use the hashtag that I put up on the screen there, so they can find your video very easily. Um, and thank you to the TFYTC peeps. It was awesome. Thank you for the invitation for all of us to do one. So thank you. See you soon, and a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I really mean that. I hope next year's going to be a much better year. Yeah, because this year's been terrible for most people, for everyone actually. But a Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great time. Stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon.